All right, fans, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge once again. We'll be back with final camp. It is over. Now it's the real business. Friday night against Atlanta, and then the season starts in 19 days. Stay tuned. All right, sports fans, welcome to SNJ channel. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be busy. Tomorrow is my inventory at work. I have a lot to cover. I will have my 53-man roster for you guys. Of course, last preseason game. Hopefully, I'll be live Friday night at 7 o'clock. If I make it early, fine. But let me tell you what's going on today. It was the last day for camp for the Miami Dolphins, and I'll give you my evaluation in a few minutes. Yes, day 17, Miami Dolphin training camp was today, Wednesday, August 26th, and it was the final day of camp. The biggest thing that I saw, Jacob Rodriguez did not practice today. Defensive coordinator Sean Duggins was asked about his status for Friday preseason final, but he said playing time decisions are up to head coach Jeff Hafley. Trey Moore, it is a major injury concern. The rookie linebacker is expected to miss significant time after undergoing surgery for his ankle injury suffered against the Giants last week. Miami is preparing this Friday preseason final game against Atlanta, reportedly planning to play some starters. The Dolphins say they will treat it as another evaluation opportunity. Remember, this team has to cut their roster from 91 to 53. So they'll have that till Saturday, Sunday to cut the roster. It's going to be a tough decision for Jeff. And the team is also evaluating the defense heavily, especially linebacker depth after Moore's injury. Bottom line, guys, day 17 was basically the last major practice before preseason final, with the big story being injuries, rosters evaluation, and rather of the huge infield develop. So there's a lot going on right now, and hopefully this team could get healthy. There's 19 days before the opening day of the season against Las Vegas Raiders. So, like I said, I'll get my roster in for you guys. Hopefully, that's Saturday or Sunday as I look what will happen Friday night against the Atlanta Falcons. Listen, guys, this is where, you guys heard me yesterday, those that were live with me, and you guys think I'm changing. Listen, I feel very positive about the team. My only concern that I'm worried about is the depth chart with this team. But listen, I'm going to give my evaluation completely. With practice, minicamp, OTAs, everything started good, right? As always, good. There's no contact. There's no pads on. Then you got pads on. Then you got physical. And then you practice with these football teams, scrimmage games. And then it really gets ugly. Okay. The biggest thing about this team is probably the defense, the secondary, and the depth of the offensive line. I think they have enough great players. Yes, 13 rookies, 41 players with a one-year contract. Play well, make the team. Don't play well. See you next time. I mean, it is a tough situation. Both hands, from the GM, Solly, all the way down to Jeff. What's going to happen? Let's be honest. We don't know. Okay. I'm going to say this. The last two games of the preseason, sometimes we can't take things too lightly or too seriously, if you want to say it seriously or lightly. You see it both ways. You try to put the best product on the field that you can. But this Friday against Atlanta, it's going to show a lot who we really are. I believe this team is still looking for their identity. Okay, something I spoke last night with a lot of people in my chat last night, and I appreciate everybody that was in the chat last night. Of course, if we have bad weather, but I had to do it through the phone. I couldn't go live. Like today, I'm just doing this recording right now. Listen, this team's going to have to get it together. I say pretty quick. And the reason why I say that, okay, this is why it's important to play your starters. You need to communicate with your players. Remember when we traded Waddle at the beginning when we hired or signed Malik. Malik had an intention. Hey, I have my number one receiver, Waddle. Then Waddle gets traded to Denver. Then you bring this bunch of rookies, draft pick, okay, and you got Malik Washington in your team. By the way, Ty Washington got cut today because we signed a running back, which is he going to make it or not? We just don't know. It's right now Miami injury. And listen, I don't want to use excuses because it sounds like excuses are piling up in a difficult time. Yes, I think Steeler will be ready for the opening game against, and that's what Jeff said. There's players that will be suitable to play the first game of the season. But injury is major. Why? Because once again, if you don't have depth and you got an injured player, that is a concern for the team. Now, we're so good at linebackers, and now we got linebackers injured. We got Brooks injured. It's getting tougher for the Miami Dolphins. But now is where Friday, I think we're going to be tested. They say some starters will play. I would like to see Malik play more with his receivers, feel comfortable with the receiver. I didn't report this yesterday, but I report it now. They had a bad camp. And I know they said that Malik put the guys together, but according to other sources, even though what Malik did, it did not work, guys. It did not work. And when he got the huddle, he told the guys, "Hey, let's regroup. What's going on here?" And it's good because it's good to have a quarterback to communicate. Now, you got to give it time. And that's what I'm asking everybody. Let's give it time. I'm going to give it time. I know I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm a positive fan. Even though we talked yesterday about how do you feel about the team. I had a 7 win, 10 losses season. If they were good, if they had depth, I would say that 10-7. But I'm going to probably watch it one game at a time. And that will make the decision. Right now, if you look what Jeff just said, it is a evaluation process. So this team, even though it's going to be evaluated from the get-go, it's going to also be evaluated at the time when the season starts. So my total evaluation, which that's what I was going to say, and I jump into all this stuff that I was saying, of this team right now, and let's be honest, we got to be honest with ourselves, okay? Yes, it is a evaluation process. We knew this was coming, right? We knew after all these salary pay cuts that we did with Tua, Tyreek Hill, Waddle traded, Bradley Chubbs, all that was going to come in play and say, hey, a team started from scratch, right? And that's all it is. A team started from scratch. Now, what are they doing? They're finding depth. They're finding these rookies. And listen, Caleb, Coleman, Bell, great receivers, past injuries. They could have been number one draft picks, by the way. Bell could have been. Now you got Jacob Rodriguez, that, he's probably learning the game too fast. Need to slow down a little bit. Now he's injured. We don't know what's going to happen. That's like I say, Jeff Hafley decision. So, and I believe all these rookies are trying hard to make the ball club. Let's be honest, okay? And I think they all make the ball club because of these injuries that we have. So, my total evaluation, man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If it's mediocre at best, that's the best I could say. There were some good things. There were some bad things. We talk about how good Malik is. We talk about the quarterback. We talk about Quinn Ewers. Once again, threw a couple interceptions today. Also threw a touchdown. I mean, it's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough for the Miami Dolphins. It's going to be kind of hard for Hafley to start his season just like this. Why? Because he knows that, man, we actually running out of players. We don't have enough depth in the team to cover these holes. And we probably filled it up the moment camp is over and the moment that he decided to say, hey, I could sign players, free agent players or players that are getting cut, pick. The only thing I don't want this team to do is, hey, man, just pick anybody from the street and say, hey, just put them in here and see what happens. I know it sounds kind of hard when I say that. I don't want it to happen. I know there's a lot of talents out there. Talent. There's a lot of people with experience, a lot of players with experience. You got veterans out there. But now it comes to a point is you got to get ready in 19 days to face the Las Vegas Raiders. So there's time for healing. There's time for processing and get your club ready to play an actual football game. Your first game of the NFL season. Listen, don't forget, we have to evaluate also Jeff Hafley. This is the first time you're going to see Jeff coach an NFL team. He coaches a defensive coach, but now he's doing a head coach job. Time decision. Making adjustments. How to run the clock. How to make the best decision in the game. How to put right substitution in the game. All that will come in play. Something we haven't seen with Jeff Hafley. And I know people ask me, oh, there's only 2 preseason games. He's not going to give you everything. You're right. He's not going to give you everything. But I know what Jeff's doing the last 2 games. And I noticed it already, and we talk about it. He's trying to see what he has to add to the roster. But right now, it doesn't look good enough of what we have in the second and third string and fourth string. I can say this Friday night against the Atlanta Falcons, there'll be a lot of players fighting for a position or try to make the team. And of course, that's part of preseason, right? How far the veterans will go, how far the stars will go, I would like to see them far. I would like to see Willis build confidence with his wide receivers. Because right now he doesn't have a go-to guy. And you can say Coleman, you can say Bell, you can say Douglas, Caleb. We just don't know. So, but anyhow, I'll see you guys Friday night. I'm going to go live in the game. Don't know if I'm going to do the full game. And then that weekend, I'll see my roster evaluation. What do I see? Because I got to watch this game. I really got to watch from the offensive line to the defensive line to the secondary to the linebacker. The promising thing right now, man, Chop Robinson is having a great camp. He's looking good. I'm not saying that, the guy has done amazing stuff. There's a lot of positive thing in the camp, but there's also a lot of negative in the camp. And that's what we have to work on. But anyhow, I want to thank everybody once again that subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button and don't forget to leave your comment. Listen, once again, fins up, and I catch you guys Friday. And once again, remain positive. Okay, remain positive. Let's not hit the panic mode yet, because once again, it's evaluation. So, Fin fans, listen. Let's root for our team. Let's stay positive. Let's give them a chance. Then Friday night, I'm not looking for a win. I just don't want to win. I just want to see a team that can really control the ball, both sides, defense and offense. And yes, we know we're not going to play starters. We're going to play starters. We're going to play probably Atlanta might play their starters, but then here comes the backup, and then it goes from there. So anyhow, fins up. Thank you so much, and catch you next time.